Freelance copywriter, I know a question you ask yourself a lot is how to price my services. And in this short training today, that's exactly what we're going to cover. My name is Dennis. I'm the founder at Six Figure Copywriters. We've worked with over 100 freelance copywriters so far, helping them scale their business. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the exact formula we use to price our clients' services so that they make the most amount of money possible. And you can do that too. And then so it also makes sense for the business owners you are working with. Right, so let's get right into it. First things first, let's discuss the two types of copywriting. Okay, so in my opinion, there are two types of copywriting you need to know about. First one is direct response copywriting. Direct response copywriting is the type of copy that directly generates results. Okay, this can be ads, this can be emails, VSLs, sales letters, upsell pages, appointment setting scripts, sales scripts, anything that is directly responsible for generating results, right? So if a company has a specific set of emails and you come in and you implement your writing and your scripts and everything else, and they have a spike in revenue, that's direct response results right there. And as an honest piece of advice from me personally, I recommend learning how to do this no matter what you like or not, okay? If you want to make a lot more money easier, right? If you're happy with where you're at and you don't really want to get more clients, make more money, then don't bother. But if you want to really like make, 10K, 15K, 20K a month, that's doable with the other style of copywriting as well, which is more like content writing, but it's way easier with direct response. And it's a skill I think every single one of you should have. Okay. It's easier to step on your ego a little bit and learn something that you don't necessarily like to make more money rather than complaining that you can't get clients. Okay. Now, if you are already doing direct response copywriting, so if you're already good at writing ads, emails, VSLs, upsell pages, and everything else, I recommend you spend at least 1 to 2 hours a day constantly honing your skills, training, and writing to get better. Because direct response, as I said, is directly responsible for generating results, and those results are directly responsible for how much money you make as a copywriter. Okay, so you have all the reasons in the world to keep getting better at this. Now, the next style of copywriting is content style copywriting. Now, this is the style of copywriting that doesn't directly generate results, but it can over time, and it's not a trackable process. Okay, so with emails or ads or anything like that, I can track the revenue, the metrics, the KPIs and everything else. With content writing, you can't really do that. Okay, you can do it on a long term horizon and by hypothetically taking some things into consideration, but it's not like as specific as direct response. This can be blogs, social media posts, articles, case studies, etc. Everything that somebody might need that isn't directly selling something. Okay, I would say honestly, in my opinion, that this is a very beginner skill, and you shouldn't rely 100% on this if you want to scale to your desired income. Okay, you can, but it's very hard because it's very competitive, right? You don't necessarily bring like the same value to the table as a direct response copywriter would, so you're competing with a lot of people that can do the same thing. um, I would definitely leverage this type of copy to get clients easy and fast, right? So, and then upsell them on a direct response package later down the road, right? That's how I would personally go about scaling my income as a copywriter. I wouldn't try to get to 20K a month writing blogs because it's very hard and you're going to have to work a lot. Okay. Now, with content writing, this is the thing. You will be capped by the market, because if 10 other copywriters are charging $100 a blog or $400 a blog, then you can't really go and charge 1,000 a blog unless you're like a top A-lister in the game, right? And if you're a top A-lister, you don't really need to know how to price your services, right? But my point is, you will be capped by the market. And guess what? Because there's no like revenue share potential, or there's no growth that you can, substantially like watch over time, there's only so many clients you can work with, right? Even if you charge 400 per blog, which is very rare, by the way, and you have like 2 of those a month, or 3 of those a month from, or 4 of those a month from every single client, you're still making like a max of 1,600 a month per client, and that's good money. That's definitely good money, but it's going to be very hard to land those types of clients because people tend to just go with the cheaper version when it comes to content, right? Whereas with direct response, there's really no cap. Your revenue isn't directly influenced by your time, but by the company size and your performance, okay? Because if you work with a $10 million company and you manage to bring them like an extra multiple six figures in cash with your skills, how much money do you think you can charge that company? Do you think they wouldn't pay 5 figures for that type of result? They would, right? Whereas with blogs, you can't really tell somebody that, hey, my blog generated you X, Y, and Z amount of money, unless you write for like e-commerce and you track everything. But it's a very specific process, and there's no one size fits all, right? This is just my general opinion about the market. Now, how do we price content style writing? First of all, stop charging per word, stop charging per hour. Okay, you're not a like you're not a labor worker, so stop charging per word, and stop charging per hour because it's not reliable, and these two things will only make your craft like worse, because when you charge per word or per hour, you want to have more words, you want to write for an extra hour or two to get more money, and that's just gonna get you to a point where you're lazy and you don't want to upgrade your skills. You're just going to try to leverage this to actually make more money, which is not a good thing, from an ethical standpoint and from a potential standpoint. But here's the formula you want to use. First of all, you want to find out what the person needs and create a custom package for them. Okay, stop quoting people on like, this is my price per blog, this is my price per X, per Y, per Z, because that's very, very general and everybody does that. What you want to do is you want to get on a conversation with somebody, get on a conversation with a potential client, identify what exactly they need from someone like you, like how many blogs they need, what's their goal with the blogs, or what's their goal in terms of authority, and how many blogs you think it would take you personally to reach that gap, something like that. Okay, and then once you have a custom package for them, maybe they also need social media posts for LinkedIn, they need to post like 3 times a week, so on and so forth. What I would do is I would set myself a base rate, right? So let's say I want to charge $100 per hour, right? I know I said you don't charge per hour, but this is something else. Okay, so hear me out. If you want to make like about $100 an hour, and it's going to take you to deliver, like it's going to take you, let's say, 20 hours to deliver the work, right? What you want to do is you want to do this, right? So 20 hours times $100, that's 2,000. And you also want to, like subtract 10% in order to make a package deal. And that's the final price. So in this example, it would be 1.8K, right? That's how I would price content. And this $100 base, this is the minimum. Okay. So if your time translates to less than $100 an hour, you are probably just undercharging yourself and you have a lot of self-doubt, right? Even beginners started charging $100 an hour. Like, we're in 2024, we're not in 2015 anymore. Okay, prices are going up, inflation is real. Go charge more, because otherwise you're gonna work for pennies on the dollar. So charge at least minimum 100. If you think your skills are better and you work with a bigger company, let's say you up this to like 130, right? Then you do the same math. 20 times 130, right? 20 times 130, that's 2,600. And then if you subtract 260 from that, it's $2,340, right? That's the pricing formula I would use for content. Now, in terms of direct response, the sky is the limit here, okay? And if you are good at direct response, this is my personal advice. If you're good at direct response, you should constantly look for bigger fish. Stop that BS with like, writing for small business owners or non-profits or stuff like that, because they don't have money to pay, okay? If you want to make money, real money, go work for companies that have the same values and principles, right? They want to make more money and they're making a lot of money. Because if you're writing for a mom and pop business that's doing like 50K a year in profit, of course they don't want to pay you 30 of that, per year. So you write copy for them, right? But if you go and you join a company that's doing like $500,000 a month, right? So I think that's almost 8 figures or even more than 8 figures or whatever. Not good at maths out of the top of my head. But that's when the company owner, if they make 100K a month profit and their business makes 500K, how much money do you think they can afford to pay for your services, right? The price usually tells more about your service than the actual deliverables. Because if you work with somebody that makes money and you charge a premium price, they will correlate that to the right solution, right? Because these business owners, the ones that actually make money, they don't care about the best price. They care about the best deal they can get and the best value they can get. And if that's on you, they don't care. They have to pay you $2,000 to $3,000 more. And believe me, that I know this from inner circles and like just speaking with business owners all over the world. Now, the more money they make, again, the easier it is to get them more results. If somebody already has everything dialed in, it's easier to get results. Think about it. A big company, if they have the sales reps trained to KPIs, they have a sales manager, they have a very big brand and authority and upsells and client testimonials and success and everything. How easy it's going to be for you to take a fucking 50K email list and turn that into money. It's going to be very easy, right? Whereas if you work with a small business owner making 20K a month, like a little coach that, gets 3 to 4 clients a month and he has like a few hundred emails, of course he's not going to pay you 2 to 3K a month for the emails because he doesn't see the value in it. But somebody like the first example will see the value, okay? With direct response, this is the key, okay? This right here is if I could give you one piece of advice when it comes to how you want to, base your actions as a copywriter, you must help winners win even more, not turn losers into winners, okay? Which is almost impossible. Your job is not to be a coach and get them from 0 to 50K a month, okay? Let the coaches handle that. Right? So your job is to help winners, find winners, and help them win even more, right? And leverage their experience, their systems, their capabilities, their results, their track record to get more money for yourself. There are a few different models here to go for when it comes to pricing direct response packages. You can either charge a set fee per month based on the results you guarantee, and I'm going to give you a formula for that as well. Or you can charge a smaller set fee per month and a revenue share from the specific channel or product you're writing for, which is why I really love direct response. Like with blogs, you can't really ask for a percentage of the total sales. But when you write the ads, the emails, the landing page, the sales letter, guess who has responsibility for that? You. And you can ask for more money, okay? The thing I like about direct response is that the more skill you acquire, the better clients you'll have because bigger companies will start noticing you, and the less you'll have to work, right? Because this is results based, not time based. Hear me out. If you write an email for a small business and you write another email for a $100 million company, it's going to take you the same goddamn time to write that email. It's not going to take you 10 hours more just because it's a bigger company. It's still the same email you need to write. So what do you want to do? Do you want to keep going for small businesses, or do you want to land the bigger whales and actually, like, with the same amount of time, get more money? Right? This is what I'm talking about here. Now, here's a formula to price your direct response packages, okay? And hear me out. This is literally all you need, okay? No BS like 500 per email, 1,000 per landing page or whatever. This is the formula you need, okay? So you want to charge 10% of the service potential, right? So you need to be good at doing math, okay? You need to learn how to do math on the call with the business owner, because if you work with big whales like this, they will know their numbers, they will know their KPIs. So you want to base your assumptions on that, okay? So you need to learn to figure out what the service potential is, multiply that by the probability of experiencing the desired result for the client, okay? So example, your emails, let's say based on your calculations and current results, can bring the business owner an additional $40,000 a month. Okay? What that means is that you have looked at their email list size, their open rates, their price point, their close rate, their KPIs, their current team members, like the consistency they have, their revenue for the last 6 months. And you think that by implementing your skills, you can generate them about $40,000 a month in additional revenue based on the metric increases that you're going to get that company. Okay. And then the probability of achieving that based on his past results, on your past results and his email list quality and his audience, etc., is 65%. Okay, it's never 100%. Don't do that. But I would usually put it between 50 to 70% based on how good that company is. If they have 10,000 testimonials, they already make money, their email list is already dialed, and you just kind of join in as a replacement for somebody that was already doing a good job, that's when you can charge higher. If you have to like revive the list and bring the open rates up again and the conversion rates and everything, and you have a lot of work to do on that side, I would go with a lower percentage because the probability is a bit lower. Okay, but in this example right here, the current results and that can bring the business owner $40,000 a month, right? So it's $40,000 in additional revenue that you can bring times 0.65, which is the 65% probability, and then 10% of that. Okay, so this is 26,000, and this is 10% of 26,000. That's $2,600 a month, and that should be your retainer price, okay, for this client. That's how you want to price your direct response services. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If this is bigger, if you work with a very big company and this here is $100,000, right, then you can charge them 6.5K a month. And basically you need 2 clients to make 12K, right? That's why I'm saying go for the bigger clients. And general rule of thumb, if the business starts banking over 100K from your work, you should start charging commission as well, right? So you can go with a smaller retainer, but you should like calculate your commission in such a way that it still brings you to this formula right here, okay? Because nobody likes hearing 6.5K a month up front, okay? So you can say, look, I'm going to charge you 3,000 a month, and then an additional X% from the revenue I generate for you, which in your head and in your calculations would amount to the result of this formula right here, okay? This will skyrocket your revenue up to 10, even 10K per client, because then you are motivated to do better work, and you will do better work, and you will get them even more than 100K, and you will increase your revenue, okay? It's hard to get there, but nothing beautiful is easy, okay? Keep that in mind. But with that being said, guys, I hope this guide was helpful. Take the information from here and start pricing your services accordingly. And if you like these types of videos, right, you should subscribe to this channel because I try to post as much as possible. And if you would like to see like what we do here at Six Figure Copywriters in terms of, you know, working with other people and building done for you solutions to get more clients, you should also check out the website in the description of the video. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.